Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. And you try to kill we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Respectfully, Senator, what the hell are you doing?
Take this one out.
Looking into the camera and telling military men and women to ignore the commander-in-chief. How dare you? How dare you do that? That's right, I'm calling out. I never served in the military. That's true. I have family members who did. Some of my best friends have. Marines, Air Force, Navy, Army. I haven't heard one of them, not one of them, say that was okay. How dare you do that? Is it treason? No. Is it punishable by death? It shouldn't be. So the answer is no. But you know better, Senator Kelly. You know better. How dare you do that? What are you supposed to do? You're a ranking senator. You could go to the Senate. You could go to the House. You can draw up paperwork. You can try to start articles of impeachment if you think there's something illegal. I mean, damn, it ain't like y'all haven't done it before. You impeached the man twice. Where'd that get you? Got us behind back in the White House. Had you left him alone since 2020, maybe he wouldn't be back terrorizing the Democratic Party the way that he is. But you did it. You did it. And here you are again with this nonsense. How dare you do that? I'm not a military person, and I know better than that.
Oh, yeah, he done took his glasses off.
You don't tell military men and women to ignore an order from the commander-in-chief. You don't do that. Is it going to amount to what Trump tried to embellish and indicate? No. But that don't make you right. How dare you do that? He's the commander-in-chief for the United States military, period. You have no business doing that. None. And by the way, the biggest reason is because what was illegal? You didn't tell us what it was. What laws? Why did I bring up A Few Good Men with Tom Cruise and Kiefer Sutherland in that sequence and Kevin Bacon? Why did I bring it up? Because the mere thought of you even implying that a military officer is engaging in some type of salacious or illegal activity is trouble in the military, not the court of laws for civilians, the military. Senator Mark Kelly knows that. Trump is giving illegal orders. What are the illegal orders? How come you didn't tell us? Where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? Why do you think the investigation is going on? Why do you think Trump is all over Pete Hegseth, over the Department of War and the FBI with Cash Patel, and folks are looking into and probing what's going on and how can they get to Mark Kelly because they know he did something wrong. You crossed the damn line. You are an elected official in the nation's capital. We have a constitution. You got a problem, you go through the necessary process. Whether it's Hakeem Jeffries in the House, whether it's Schumer in the Senate, or anybody else. That is the point that's the process you're supposed to go to. You don't go in front of the cameras and give military officer or military personnel a directive to ignore their commander-in-chief. And you've given no evidence what his illegal orders were. And if you try to sit up there and say, oh, it was just alluding to a future reference to future situations. Oh, so he's going to give you an illegal order in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, that flies over the airwaves of Sirius XM or one of these news networks or something like that. It does not apply in our military. You can't do that. I told him with Trump, let it go. What you trying to put him in jail for? They did everything they could to prevent him from being the president. Trump ain't going after these people, man, because of the election. He going after these people because they tried to get him to spend the rest of his life in fucking prison. He approaching 80 years old and you tried to throw him behind bars. He coming. He coming. Like, wait a minute. You motherfuckers smile in my face. You coming to my casinos. You coming to the hotel. Y'all all know we all sportsmen. We saw Trump at all the sporting events. We were all cool with him. We weren't calling him racist then. So it's like he looking at it and he going like, yo, these motherfuckers trying to put me in prison. They ain't trying to get me. Like, okay, January 6th, insurrection, all of that. Fine. All right, I leave. Y'all, y'all confirm Biden gonna be your president. I'm out. And you still coming for me. You trying to throw me in prison. The charges in New York. And what was the charge in New York? Oh, let's remind ourselves of this. 34 felony counts and all of this shit. It came down to $130,000 that he spent in hush money to a prostitute, a porn star, the porn star, Stormy Daniels or whatever her name is. So I'm going like this. Yeah, it's a little more complicated than that, but we simplify shit in the streets. All right. So he was fucking around with a porn star, and he wanted to keep her mouth shut, so it didn't ruin his chances at the election in 2016. And y'all trying to tell me that ain't normal? Seriously? So none of y'all. I guess John Edwards, when he had the baby out of wedlock and he tried to hide it and get caught, he didn't try to bail. I guess Gary Hart, when he had the mistress on the boat in the 80s, he didn't get caught.
Sold the chair in Chicago.
There you go. What about Clinton in the Oval Office? Clinton in the Oval Office.
Wiener.
Who the hell was volunteer?
Wiener.
But y'all weigh in with your thoughts so far, man. Stephen A. Smith, we know how a lot of y'all, I know a lot of y'all feel about Stephen A. We know Stephen A's agenda. We know, and recently he's been going viral lately, on some real takes that, a lot of people actually agree with, and he's come out and called out a lot of the Democrats, the left, and then in some cases he's come out and praised President Trump and loved some things Trump is doing and hated some things Trump is doing, but hey, he's had some real takes lately. We know he keeps on his flip-flops. We know who Stephen A. Smith really is. But he is breaking the internet right now with these clips I want to show on today's show. And he also is breaking the internet right now speaking on the new New York City elect mayor, Zoran Mandami. Check out what he said here.
To the politics.
Yes.
Mandami.
Problem?
Break that down.
Because free ain't reality. Free buses, free grocery stores. You're seeing free childcare. It ain't free. Nothing's free in this world. And nobody should know that better than minorities in this country. Whether it's black or Hispanics. No one should ever fail to know that. What he means is the redistribution of wealth. Here's the problem with the redistribution of wealth in a capitalistic society. You can tax an extra 2% to caps. You can put an extra 11.5 to 15% on capital gains tax. But if you do anything that messes with small business owners, if you do anything that messes with big business owners, and they take their business elsewhere, how you gonna pay the bills? You don't have people employed. They ain't making money. They're going to be more dependent on the government, and the government's going to have to come out of pocket more to take care of them. Well, how you going to pull that off? You got to get the money from somewhere, so it's always going to trickle down to the middle class, to the lower class. It's fool's gold to think that you can just simply choose to tax people who are making money all the damn time and continue to raise taxes. And then he's been on a record. That's why they call him a communist, because he's talked about seizing properties. That's communism. That's Marxism. So when he tries shit like that and you hearing that kind of language.
So you believe in all that?
I believe in all of what?
The shit they saying.
No, I'm saying I don't.
I'm looking at Instagram.
Shit.
They got
I'm against that shit.
They got a white guy on the train and they playing the Muslim. Stop.
I moved out of New York. I moved out of New York last year. I got a spot in Florida. I had no state income tax. You know that.
I got a spot in Florida. They moved everybody out, man, huh? A lot of these places, everybody just leave. Get the U-Haul ready.
you.
Florida, he
I
got
told
out
you
of
when
it.
I first got there. I'm out.
He got out
I'm
of it.
out. You understand? I got an apartment in New York for when I got to be here. My daughter sees shit like that. Sure, fine. But I got my home is in Florida. I'm out.
He got that shit.
I'm out.
That
I already did.
So my time is fucking up New York.
No, I'm not gonna say. Listen.
Why would you?
Listen.
That's what the man's saying.
No, he didn't.
I'm worried that his policies won't work. I'm not saying that his heart is in the wrong place. We should all want to look out for the impoverished. We should all want to look out for the little man that needs a come up. But the way he's talking about doing it is totally disrupting the system. The system's not going to let that happen. You see what I'm saying? Now what you have to worry about, and you also have to worry about the collateral damage, because I'm going to tell you what the Republicans going to do. They going to quote him, him being a Muslim. They going to quote him when he quoted about hating Israel. They going to quote him when he said, I would have Netanyahu, Prime Minister of Israel, arrested on the spot the minute he stepped to New York City. They gonna quote him on the free bus rides, the free supermarkets, the free child care. They gonna talk all of that shit. They gonna compare it to non-capitalist societies like Venezuela, Cuba, others. And they gonna say that's what you want. That's what the Democratic Party is, because they gonna use AOC. They're going to use people like Bernie Sanders and say that's what they doing. And it's going to get the country to say, we ain't accepting that. Go through it. Come on, man. Y'all perform everywhere. You go to other parts of the country. They ain't trying to hear this shit. They telling you, don't come here with that shit. Don't even think it. And they let you know. So it's like they're going to use it to win the general. So they can maintain power over the federal. And they can make.
So you think they're going to win that when they go midterm?
Oh yeah, that's what they're going to do.
Win it again?
They're going to use.
Boy, don't come here with that. Don't do it. I tell you, Stephen A. Smith is something else, man. But hey, and these clips we've seen today, a lot of valid points. Especially that first one. Calling out, in which I believe that Democrat and those other 5 ought to be put in a cell, hands behind their back. Democrats have blood on their hands right now. We just seen the National Guard the troops that just were in critical condition, and one has now lost their life. Rest in peace to Sarah. It's been a disgrace, man. The Trump derangement syndrome, the gaslighting, the fear mongering, the violence, the left, this same rhetoric, the same crap, man. People have had enough of this crap, man. Everything is always Trump's fault. The big bad orange man. They scream democracy. Hitler. Threat to democracy. People have had enough, man. It's been nothing but backstabbing, sabotaging. Can't accept that a man won an election. The hell with these judges, the lower courts. It's just a disgrace all over. The disgrace down there in Washington. The hell with a politician. And y'all stay y'all butt down there in New York. Let everything work out and play out. You stay down there in New York. It ain't gonna be so bad. Stay y'all butt down there. Do not come down here. We don't got no room for you. But Stephen A. Smith breaking the internet once again in these clips. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about these clips, and how do you feel about Stephen A. Smith? Weigh in with your thoughts. I love y'all. God bless you all and your family. And I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace and love, you guys.